A value object protects one value. But most rules in your domain span several objects at once: a project and its tasks, an order and its lines. Let one of those children be mutated from the outside, and the rule the parent promised is silently broken. The fix is the aggregate, one consistency boundary with a single guard at the door. An aggregate is a cluster of objects you treat as one unit. Pick one entity as the root, here, project, and derive it from aggregate. The child tasks live in a private list. The outside sees them only as a read-only list. No add, no remove, no setter. So nothing can reach in and change the cluster behind the root's back. The root is the only door in. And every change comes through that door. To add a task, you call AddTask, a method on the root. It checks the invariant first, too many active tasks, and it returns an invariant violation, a typed error, and nothing changes. Otherwise, it adds the task and returns OK. The rule lives in exactly one place, on the root, and there's no way to mutate the cluster that skips it. So what belongs inside the boundary? The things that must stay consistent together, the project and its tasks, saved in one transaction. But the owner is a different aggregate with its own rules. Don't hold a member object, reference it by its ID. That keeps each aggregate its own boundary, loaded and saved on its own. Inside the line, guard together. Across the line, reference by ID. So an aggregate makes three promises. 1. The root is the only entry point. Outside code holds the root, never its children. 2. Every invariant lives in the root's methods, so it can't be bypassed. 3. One aggregate is one transaction, and you reference other aggregates by ID, not by object. Draw the boundary right, and consistency stops being a hope and becomes a guarantee. An aggregate turns a scattered set of rules into one guarded boundary, and whether a human or an AI writes the next method, the invariant holds, because there's only one path in. Next, we make construction itself safe, factories that return a result instead of throwing. Subscribe, and I'll see you there.